Good evening and welcome to watching Left, Right and Centre, the weekend edition. I am Vedant Agarwal. Well, today we put the focus on poll-bound Maharashtra as seat-sharing talks pick up in both the camps. Manoj Jarange Patil, the top Maratha activist, has now said that he will field candidates too and he will support those who commit to the Maratha quota cause. Why do Marathas really hold the key when it comes to the Maharashtra battle? Who has the trust of the Marathas? This, of course, is both the camps have been in a race to woo the Maratha vote bank. Well, remember, the Marathas have been protesting, demanding their reservation within the OBC category, and that has been a major point of contention. But on the show this evening, we discuss the Maratha quota and how will it impact the Maharashtra polls, why Marathas hold the key. Joining me on the show this evening, Shazia Ilmi of the BJP, Charan Singh Sapra, spokesperson of the Congress, is also with us. Also Sushil Vyas, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction. Clyde Craster of the NCP is also with us, and Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist. Thanks all very much for being with us. Going across to you first, Clyde. How do you see this entire Maratha quota conundrum and the fact that now Manoj Jarange Patil has come out and said that he will be fielding candidates too? Do you see Sharad Pawar's trust intact as far as the Marathas are concerned?
You see, everybody has the right to contest the election. As Mr. Jarange Patil has decided to contest the election, that's his right and his wrong. Point here is very simple that, the opposition, that's the Bharatiya Janata Party and their core group, has always been saying, that we are doing things for the Maratha reservation, we are working on the reservation. But, they've been in government a lot of time and they've not been able to settle this issue at all. So by putting the blame on somebody else, it's not going to work for them. The Maratha community has understood that the BJP is playing games with them. They kept telling them they will work on the reservation. They kept blaming the earlier government. We had done whatever we had to do. It became sub judice. They could not present the case properly. So I think now the time has come. It has happened during the Lok Sabha elections also. The Bharatiya Janata Party, the Eknath Shinde camp, the Ajit Pawar group were given a befitting reply. Again, the people of Maharashtra, along with the Maratha community, will give them a befitting reply. And in the Vidhan Sabha elections, they will prove that the BJP had betrayed them on a lot of ground. And that's what is going to play important. That's what the point here is, that in the forthcoming elections, the BJP will be rejected by the Maratha community and the people of Maharashtra.
Sushil Vyas, come in on this point because many say that the BJP is anti-Maratha. At least that's what the perception is largely. With Manoj Jarange Patil's announcement, is there this sort of nervousness that he could field candidates against the Mahayuti?
Vedanta ji, there is no nervousness as such. Everybody, Clyde says, everybody has a right in democracy to contest election and announced his intention to contest or defeat someone as Jarange Patil has announced today. But as far as Maratha reservation is concerned, what Eknath Shinde ji promised them when they came to New Mumbai in a large number, and after that particular meeting, whatever Eknath Shinde promised them, he summoned a special session of assembly on 20th February 2024, yes. And 10% quota was given to them. But now that formality definitely will take some time, and it should be within the framework of the law. Otherwise, in previous governments also given, that was set aside by our Supreme Court. So we do not want that. We want that whatever has to be given should be given perfectly within the framework of our legal system. And that's why after passing that resolution on 20th February, we are thankful to all other parties also. They have supported our proposal, and formalities are undergoing. Now, once the formalities are completed, that 10% quota will be definitely be given to the Maratha community. But we are not nervous as such. Everybody has a right to contest the election.
Though their point of contention is that quota should be given to the Maratha community within the OBC category. That is something that Manoj Jarange Patil has time and again said that is the only demand that we are looking at.
That Chief Minister Eknath Shinde time and again clarified so many times that no other community will be disturbed or no other community's rights will be taken away. We will give separate quota, separate reservation to Maratha community.
Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress is also with us. Mr. Sapra, is the Congress looking at some sort of perhaps Maratha consolidation, because this strategy clearly didn't work for your party as far as Haryana is concerned? The dominance of one caste this entire narrative has somehow been defeated with the Haryana result. But what is Congress's strategy vis-a-vis the Marathas?
No, I feel prima facie the Maratha community feels that Bharatiya Janata Party and the Mahayuti, they have deceived the Maratha community overall. And recently, if you remember, the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and all the leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party, they had, taken all the credit when National Commission for Backward Class, they included 15 smaller groups into the OBC category, but they did not include the Marathas. And on the same, Mr. Jarange Patil also gave a statement that when they can include 15 communities into OBC, why are they keeping the Marathas out? So in a way, they are trying to ditch the Maratha community, and that is they are doing it purposely because they want to do the divide and rule. They want to take hold of the OBC votes, which are more than 52-54%, and they just want to leave the Marathas aside. So in another way, what I wish to say that the Bharatiya Janata Party, this double engine sarkar or the triple engine or the trouble engine sarkar, has never paid attention seriously to the Maratha Arakshan issue, and they just want to create divide and rule, and they want to win the elections with the OBC votes. But definitely the Maratha
that is something that the Prime Minister
alert.
has charged your party with, that the Congress always sort of looks at the Hindu community as, as one that is divided on the caste lines. In fact, the Prime Minister, when he sounded the poll bugle, so to speak, in Maharashtra, made that very point, that you're looking at the Hindu community as always divided on caste lines.
Prime Minister's rhetorics, he himself forgets sometime what he has spoken earlier. The same issue I am trying to project, that when Prime Minister can give 15 communities, they can give reservation in the OBC category, then why they did not include this Maratha Kunbi into that?
Okay.
That is the whole issue which Jarange Patil was also asking. Shri Rahul Gandhi and Congress party has clearly said that this issue will get resolved when we go beyond 50%, when the reservation goes beyond 50%. Who can take that beyond 50%? It is a combination of the state government and the central government.
Yes.
The central government should be
to raise that ceiling,
enough.
of course, it requires both the centre and the state. Clyde, I'll come back to you. Let Neerja ji also make her opening remarks. Let Neerja ji make her opening remarks, then I'll come back to you. Clyde, yes, Neerja ji, how do you look at this entire Maratha quota conundrum? It certainly cast a shadow as far as the Lok Sabha results were concerned. Many believe that, the poll drubbing that the Mahayuti, or certainly that the BJP saw in Maharashtra, was because of the Marathas.
Look, I think the BJP would like an OBC consolidation in its favor, as happened also in Haryana. It became a Jat versus non-Jat, which included OBCs, Dalits, upper caste. Now here, Maratha versus the rest. Marathas are much more than the Jats are in Haryana. But OBC consolidation on its own, the BJP in the past has taken smatterings of Maratha also, and they're hoping that the Marathas will vote for Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar. And but the MVA, where the Marathas, the maximum number of Marathas will go with Sharad Pawar's NCP, then with the Congress. They don't want Maratha versus the rest to take place in Maharashtra. And I think they'll do everything to avoid that from happening. The traditional vote bank has been Maratha Muslim and Mahar Buddhist, a section of the Dalits, who are about 12% of the population, and 7% of them are these Mahars and Buddhists, Ambedkarite. So the BJP will go for the other, lower down SCs, amongst the SCs, some other communities, like Chabhars and all. So I think this Maratha versus non-Maratha lineup could be khatre ki ghanti, if it happens that way. But Jarange Patil has not criticized Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar. He criticizes Devendra Fadnavis very frontally. So let's see how this, they work out this the caste lineup.
Absolutely. Clyde, you had a point to make earlier. Go ahead.
I was trying to make a point here. You said that the Honorable Prime Minister or the BJP leaders are accusing the opposition, that is us, about certain things. I'll tell you one thing, when the BJP and its leaders do not want to do something or cannot do something, or they want to just put the blame on somebody else, they start talking like that. And I'll give you 3 small examples of it. One is this whole Maratha reservation bit. When they could not fulfill, they went to the past and blamed the earlier government, the Mahavikas Agadi. Then they talk about corruption. They talk about corruption being in the Mahavikas Agadi. The Honorable Prime Minister accused Mr. Ajit Pawar of corruption, 70,000 crores. And a few days later, Ajit Pawar joined the hands of BJP and the corruption was not spoken about. And the same thing, let me tell you one more thing today. The BJP has declared its list of candidates for Maharashtra, 99 of them. Now the BJP goes to town screaming hoarse about dynastic politics. You take the list in hand and you see dynastic politics is all written all over those lists. So when the BJP says something, don't need to pay attention. You know, they cry wolf and they're looking in the other direction all the time. So the point here is very simple. The people of Maharashtra have begun to realize that the BJP is only fooling. They're fooling the people. They have got, and let me tell you one more thing. All those people who have joined the BJP or from BJP, BJP has this habit of sort of decimating people that join them. So in times to come, all the other allies that they have, they were all going to be zero, and the people of Maharashtra don't want it.
All right, but Clyde, also, the point that Neerja ji was making was that, the BJP is eyeing some sort of an OBC consolidation. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there. But moving now to our other big focus on the show this evening. Well, the law and order situation in the national capital, an early morning blast that really stunned Delhi. It was outside a CRPF school where this blast took place. The police are probing all angles. In fact, the conspiracy angle has also not yet been ruled out. It's a multi-agency probe as we speak. But of course, this has triggered a political blame game here in Delhi as always. The Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, the Chief Minister no less, saying that it's the centre's responsibility and the onus is on the centre. Meanwhile, the BJP, of course, says that the Aam Aadmi Party shouldn't add to the anxiety and perhaps work with the centre. Let me introduce my guest this evening. Shazia Ilmi of the BJP is with us. Advocate Anmol Pawar of the Aam Aadmi Party will also join us in a short while from now. Shazia, your response to what the Chief Minister said, that ultimately the onus is on the centre, the Delhi police is under the central government, and this law and order situation has gone to the dogs, and the onus is on the centre.
But the whole world knows the onus is on the centre. We all know that this is the jurisdiction of Home Ministry. What is so new about it? I mean, I don't understand what is this need to tom-tom something which everybody knows is basic civics that you learn in 5th or 6th, that the Home Ministry is under the central government. And when there are attacks like this, like the ones we have just, it will be taken care of by the centre. And obviously Delhi is not a full state, so the law and order remains the responsibility of the central government. What is the need and what is the insistence? And what is this absolutely revolting habit of exacerbating and making the situation worse and creating more anxiety and restlessness among people by talking about this instead of being with the centre, being with all the citizens and saying, yes, together we will overcome this, we will get to the bottom of it and fix it. These are the same people who were questioning the surgical strikes. They were the poster boys in Pakistan. Arvind Kejriwal was a hero, and because he said, Modi ji, he did a video and he said, Modi ji, where exactly were the strikes done?
Okay.
Nobody got affected. So come on, there's a limit. There's a limit to politicking and scoring brownie points. I'm truly disgusted by the behavior of Aam Aadmi Party.
Anmol Pawar, your response to that? I mean, given the fact that it's an extremely serious situation, one expects the centre and the state to work together instead of, this sort of political manoeuvring ahead of assembly polls with a clear eye on the polls and sort of politicizing an issue, and an issue as sensitive as this one.
Vedant, in fact, we are disgusting with the kind of arguments the BJP is making today. This horrific bomb blast is a stark reminder of the crumbling law and order situation in Delhi. And the responsibility of maintaining this law and order lies squarely within the central government and the lieutenant governor who controls the Delhi police. I mean, daily shootings are happening, brazen daylight shootings and rampant extortion are taking place with the business owners. But what is the Delhi police doing? लोग दहशत में जी रहे हैं दिल्ली की, सड़कों पे बाहर निकलने से डर रहे हैं, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी हाथ पे हाथ रख के बैठी हुई है. They must accept that they have failed in maintaining the law and order in Delhi. That is why Delhi today is being labeled as the rape capital, as the crime capital of the nation.
Shazia, a quick response to that.
No, I mean, what can
And
you
it's
say?
not-
It's the same old cliched, hackneyed stuff that you have to deal
But
with day
isn't it
after
also
day.
true, Shazia,
Imagine
that
these people,
the lieutenant governor
imagine
and the
these
centre
people,
perhaps has
no,
also
but
sort of
Vedant,
made
it's
this
something very small.
situation that it's a
They-
breakdown
no,
of communication. Breakdown of
you
communication.
know, I will speak on that. But imagine what are they responsible for? Water, electricity. You've
Ma'am,
seen what
answer
kind
the
of crisis
specific
you've seen.
question.
Transportation,
Why-
environment.
yesterday-
So if they can't manage a simple thing, they're just, you know, they're all in the jail and out on bail because of sheer corruption. They've done nothing. They stand for bad governance. I mean, if you want to learn how not to run a government and how not to be such a corrupt party, you really have to understand from Aam Aadmi Party, because they represent that. You know, how the party that you should never be.
Okay.
The party that will
Anmol
bring the
Pawar, I
country
just have
down.
30 seconds
so
on
these
the show.
people
Quick
will tell
response.
the Home Ministry
Vedant,
as to what is to
Vedant
be
ji,
done in a
just
situation like this.
Okay,
And the
Anmol Pawar,
security
quickly.
agencies.
Anmol Pawar, your response, and then I'll.
You
leave it
can't
there.
run a simple. I mean, look at what's happening in MCD.
The BJP spokesperson always run away from answering the specific question. They have no answers on why the law and order situation is deteriorating day by day in the national capital. Yesterday, 60 rounds were fired in the welcome area in northeast
We all
Delhi.
know that.
Yet no
We all know
significant
that.
action has taken place by the authorities
No
concerned.
significant action.
Why
I'm
are-
afraid we'll have to
why
leave
is
it there. That's
why
all the
is
time that we
there
have
is a
on the show. But of
multi-
course, that political bickering continues. This, as a law and order situation, has only exacerbated in the national capital with open gang war on the streets, back-to-back incidents of firing, and of course, the horrific blast this morning. That's all the time that we have on the show. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.